Well, bond increase for a Detroit man accused of groping a 15-year-old girl at Lake St. Clair Metropark. A judge also ordering him to wear a GPS tether.
Prosecutors called his actions predatory and during an emergency hearing today, but his attorney says Macomb County got it wrong. Fox 2's Tanisha Cordell joining us live. Tanisha, you spoke with that attorney tonight.
I absolutely did. A lot of questions he has. Attorney Bradley Friedman clearly frustrated. He called that bond change, by the way, unfair. He told me just Tuesday his client was let go without paying anything. That, of course, changing this morning. His client ordered to pay part of a $50,000 bond. And as you mentioned, ordered to leave that courtroom tethered. Attorney Bradley Friedman claiming the fourth-degree sexual assault case against his client, Abdulnasar Muthana, was deemed a misdemeanor in court Tuesday with no opposition from the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office.
It was so unimportant to them, they didn't even send a prosecutor to be present.
Police say Muthana approached 3 teen girls at the Harrison Township Park and allegedly made sexual gestures at them before he groped one of the girls, who was 15, and forced his hand into her pants.
What this comes down to is essentially what they said versus what he said, right? Obviously, my client's story hasn't come out, but it's vastly different.
Friedman speaking with us over the phone, saying the announcement of a harsher bond was only the result of community backlash on social media.
I don't think it was fair, but not a lot of things are fair when it comes to, this type of case in a very conservative town.
We sat down with Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido after Tuesday's arraignment about Muthana's original bond terms.
We need to send a message that we're not going to tolerate this. I don't care, child or adult. It is against the law.
Lucido doubled down on that on the phone Thursday, saying it was his duty to push for stricter conditions to protect the victim and the public. Still, Friedman says his client, who has no criminal history, was treated unfairly, pointing out a language barrier during his arrest.
They decided to jump to conclusions and ended up taking him to the hospital, strapping him down to a gurney and drawing his blood. Certainly it seems vindictive and without any reason.
Well, a lot to be sorted out again in court. Muthana, again, as I mentioned, out on bond. He's back in court, by the way, later this month. In the meantime, the judge ordering him to not contact any of the victims, be around any kids, or visit any park where children may be. He's also ordered not to be in possession of any weapons or drugs. Reporting live, I'm Tanisha Cordell, Fox 2 News.
Well, certainly an awful crime he's being accused of, but it doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason sometimes when it comes to what these bonds are set as. I mean, we've seen some just horrific crimes that result in death or injury, and there seem to be lowered in some cases. So it seems like there needs to be some sort of regulation or something that makes sense, really, when it comes down to it.
You know what? You're speaking to what Prosecutor Pete Lucido mentioned to me earlier today. And in that interview, when we sat down with him on Tuesday after that arraignment, he says something needs to be done for stricter punishment in general with these crimes. As we heard in that package, he says this is not okay. But in terms of just how this fluctuates and flows in terms of that bond and punishment overall within the court system, this is something he hopes is looked at as a state overall. But I think we'll certainly hear more of that and more of that being argued in court.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that update. Very interesting, Tanisha.